So let's move on to the next topic quickly. Kunle, so Nigeria drew 1-1. It feels like a loss. Earlier today, I told you we're going to cover the Nigerian loss, and you had to correct me because my mind was thinking of that. That's basically a loss. South Africa is now one of the fastest rising teams in Africa, other than Morocco, and I think Morocco and Senegal are the best teams. Maybe Cote d'Ivoire is with them. Other than that, it's just the rest of the Africa, and I think South Africa is encroaching to get to that level of football. But we all know that it's a big disgrace, and it's a travesty for Nigeria to not be able to qualify. I'm not going to say it's a travesty for us to draw with South Africa. South Africa is a good team, but it's a travesty that we drop points to Rwanda, to Zimbabwe. And we didn't drop any points to Rwanda. I think we beat them twice, but we dropped points to Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and these smaller countries. And we're in a position in which we had to beat South Africa to even have a hope of qualifying. This means, especially with the players we have, Lukman, Simon, Iwobi, all of these are world-class players who play in Europe, and we're losing. So what do you think is the problem here?
I think the problem is not so much what happened yesterday, because even if we are prepared and done our best and had beaten all those other teams, drawing to South Africa in South Africa is not in itself a terrible result.
Yeah.
The reason we're in trouble is because of the games that we dropped points against these smaller teams earlier. And that was down to that's down to the NFA, corruption, disorganization, chopping and changing managers, and all that sort of nonsense. That's what's killed Nigeria. I don't think technically we're still out. We still have a fighting chance of getting into the playoffs if we keep winning our remaining games.
Yeah, but we only have 2 games. If we win our remaining games, we'll have 17 points. We have to come top 4 of second place finish. There's already 3 teams which have like 18 points. Do you see what I'm saying?
We have 12 points. No, we have 12 points. 2 teams below us have 11.
Oh, yeah, South Africa has 16. Yeah, but there are teams which have 18. And
no. Only South Africa has 6.
No, I'm talking about other groups. I'm going to go to the group.
Only South Africa has 16. Then 2 other teams have 11.
Yeah, but South Africa is going to win their next 2 matches. Good. Let me show you what the points are. Okay, continue talking anyway. Okay.
South Africa winning is good for us because so long as those other 2 teams are teams we need to get ahead of. Let's forget about South Africa. Let's try to aim for second place. I think the other teams there, before the games yesterday, the 2 teams were on 11 points. We now drew to take us to, I think, 11 or 12 points. South Africa are on 16 or 17 points. But I do believe
Nigeria has 11 points. So, Kule, Nigeria is Benin in our group, and that game against Benin is going to be tough, very tough. We have 11 points. Benin has 14. Okay, and so here's the thing. Let's go to other groups. Okay, so in other groups, DR Congo has 16, and they're coming second place. Burkina Faso has 15. I don't know why on the internet we can't find something that just shows us.
I thought we just had to come second in our group to reach the playoffs.
No. You have to, if you come second in your group, then you have to be top 4 second place finishers to go to the playoffs.
Oh, so I didn't know that. Oh, we're in trouble. Oh, that's bad.
No, very bad, because there's 8 groups, and there's a lot of teams. Cameroon has 15, and they're coming second. Tanzania only has 10. Gabon has 19, with 2 more games remaining.
And they're second.
Yeah, Uganda has 15, they're second. Namibia has 15, they're second. Madagascar has 16, they're second. Do you see what I'm saying?
We're out.
Yeah, the high likelihood. And also that we have a big game against Benin. If we draw with Benin or lose to Benin, we're in big trouble. And we're struggling against Benin.
We have to even win all these other games.
Yeah. So, and even after we win, we have 11 points. Even after that, we'd only have 17 points.
I thought we had 12 points. I thought we got 1 point for a draw.
What is Nigeria? Oh, maybe they have 12. Yeah. But in general, this is a tough situation for
11, 12.
Nigeria played 8 matches, and they have 11 points. Let me double check how many. But going back to this, so the problem is that we didn't win these other games. It's because we didn't prepare properly. That's NFF.
Yeah.
Here's what you need. You need to have not just a coach. I'm talking about all teams, not just Nigeria. it's not just a coach. You have to have a technical director. You have to have a coordinated system with goal setting 4 years in advance. You have to have training camps. You have to have ensure that if players aren't fit, then you don't call them in. People are saying Lukman wasn't fit. He's not. Then don't bring him. What's his name got hurt? Our striker Osime got hurt. I don't know why they didn't start Tolu in the last match. They didn't start him. You get my point. They put Lukman
Yeah.
on the right. So in other words, they need to have scouted a lot of players that you know are ready and fit to play. So in general, there's just disorganization with the system. And now the last time we were in the World Cup was when? What year was it?
Oh,
2018.
yeah.
2018.
2018 was the last time, and we didn't do very well.
And most likely we won't make it to this World Cup. So the best we might see is 2030.
30.
That means that 12 years of not being in the World Cup. That's unacceptable for Nigeria. And this goes to a deeper problem in which we know Nigerians are talented. In America, Nigerians are I think they're the second highest earners in America. Nigerians go to Europe, and once they leave Nigeria, they blossom. We've had athletes, what's her name, Gloria, that was a hurdler. She went to Spain and won a gold medal. Francis Obikwelu went somewhere. So we know that we have talent, but Nigeria is a cesspool in which talent doesn't grow until it leaves. The country is messed up. It's not just football. It's in everything. We're failures in everything. We're the largest Black country in the world. We're one of the richest resource countries, and our economy is in shambles. So what you see at that level, why would you expect football to be better? Look at teams like Spain. Spain has been developing Yamal since he was 4 years old, and they've been predicting this date. How old is Yamal? He's 19. They've been
He's
predicting
19,
12
yeah.
They've been predicting this day that he, Pedri, and all those guys. They had already planned that these guys will be the guys that will be their golden generation. In Nigeria, we don't even plan for tomorrow. We've had 2 or 3 different coaches. We had Pesero, we got rid of him, then got rid of Finidi, then now we have this. So we have no continuity. We don't have plans, and this is how Nigeria is basically a country of chaos. What are your thoughts?
It's not that we don't have plans. We don't even have aspirations. I
We
mentioned
don't even have
before
goals.
that
Yeah.
we don't
No, we do
even
have
have goals.
aspirations. You know, Kule, Daddy, what you want? Daddy, I want to come fast.
That they want
That's
to
it. We
come
have an
first.
aspiration. So Nigeria says we want to go to the World Cup. We even believe we can win the World Cup. We want to go. So that's the aspiration. But okay, so how are you going to get to the World Cup? We'll talk about it tomorrow, Daddy.
There is when a coach, when you hire a coach and the coach says he can't coach you because some politician came and threatened him that if he doesn't give him 10% of his salary, he's going to make hell for him.
Was that
That tells
Pesero?
you that your organization is not focused or interested remotely in doing anything in football. And the thing is, because there's no motivation for it. When we had Abacha and Babangida, the reason why they were so good with the football was because they were using football as a form of image washing, sports washing. Their motivation was to try to paint the regime as something positive. These current regimes have no motivation to use Nigerian sport or football as a flag for any form of legitimacy because they're too busy with their noses in the troughs, snorting all the money away. They don't really care. They don't need it because they're just drowning in corruption. And as you can see, you can have all the talent you want. If you look around at all the teams in the world, if you got all the best players from those teams in the world, there's no reason why Nigeria shouldn't be a regular challenger for the World Cup or should have won the World Cup by now. As we are, we're losing and drawing to teams like Lesotho and Benin Republic, the squirrels of Africa. I mean, come on. I mean, that's what happens when your organization is so corrupt that they're just not focused and their excuses, oh, I need to eat, so I need to eat, so I need to eat. So why don't, if you need to eat, that's why we need to fail. That's what they're basically saying.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna happen.
I saw when they arrived in South Africa at the airport, all these old guys from before, ministers, and they also had what's his name? Who's the guy that used to play for Arsenal? Kanu. Kanu was there. All of these people, that was on Nigeria's taxpayers' money. They had a big entourage of big boys who came. Kanu was there. Kanu's a millionaire. Why does he need to be flown in by national? You get my point. They're coming there just to have fun. Kanu's the same one that flew to Nigeria to go and collect car the day before a game against Denmark. You get my point.
Yeah,
so my point being that it's just a bunch of grandstanding and everything. No,
Yeah,
no.
it's a
Sorry, go ahead.
joke.
Well,
There's no seriousness. There's no
no, they're not
desire.
serious. They're not serious. And and to be honest with you, here's how this is how I am. Let's say I don't qualify. Let's say I'm a sprinter and I say I didn't qualify because I didn't train and all of that. The next day after I didn't qualify, I'm going to get a piece of paper and I'm going to say, what can I do 4 years from now so that this doesn't happen? And I won't even be crying that I didn't qualify. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the moment now in which well, forget the NFF, they're corrupt. Maybe we need to privatize the team or something. But this is the point at which if the NFF really wants Nigeria to do well and go to the World Cup, this should be day one now. Well, they have to wait because they have 2 more games. After those 2 games, if you're going to keep Chill, fine. If you're going to keep him, you still need to make him the manager, but not the technical director. You have to give him a technical framework within to work with. I don't know. We need a technical framework and we need a plan. We don't need to start developing players the way that La Masia does in Spain. That's going to be too intense. But we need to up our recruitment system. Right now, we should be recruiting for the next World Cup, finding guys who are 18, 19 in Europe, writing their names down. There's thousands of Nigerian players in Europe and in our domestic league. Right now should be the point at which we're pinpointing them. And we should start doing friendlies. Whoever's we're grooming for the next World Cup, they should start doing friendlies as of next year. You get my point? Friendlies and
I get your
camp
point.
as of next year, so that by 3 or 4 years they know each other. What do you think? Last start. Yeah.
Well, sadly, there's no motivation, desire, or interest in being competitive in either Africa Cup of Nations or the World Cup. And before we start deciding on plans, we actually have to decide that we actually want to do something because the people in charge are actually not interested in these competitions. They're only interested in the amount of money that they can get. They're not interested in winning. They're interested in getting money from the football players who need a certain number of games in order to get their visas
And also
allowed
the
for them
players.
to play
I don't blame the
abroad
players.
and stuff like that.
I don't
They're
blame the
not
players.
interested in winning games.
And I don't
Yeah,
blame the
it's a
players because they know it.
business.
The players are loyal to their clubs, and I don't blame them because they know that
Yeah,
NFA is not serious. I don't blame the players either.
yes. And
Their
also,
club is their reason.
I don't believe for a minute that that coach was allowed to choose his own formation and his own players. I don't believe it. I
No, no,
believe
no.
that
Because why would you put
all
Lukman on
those
the right?
officials forced players on him and forced game on him because he was never a vocal coach. I never saw or heard anything about what he wanted to do with the team. You just say, I want to come first. He will not say, oh, I play 4-3-3, I play
I
four
would
two three, I
come
play
back.
4-3-2. I play with this, and then I need this. No. It's just I'm Nigeria coach. I'm from Mali, and there is a great team of skilled players. And I believe, kind of nonsense is that? There's no the discussion is like there's a low football IQ discussion there. The
Yeah.
discussion should be about what you're trying to do
Mm-hmm.
about your squad. The discussion is about the type of players you want, the formation of football that you want to play that is unique to you as the coach. I
Yeah.
never had any this. I have no idea what type of football that man plays.
I have no idea.
No
I really
idea.
don't. I don't. He doesn't
No
even
idea.
talk. I don't know what his concepts or any concept. What is his concept? Concept.
And what I mean by that, I'm not saying that he doesn't have a style of football.
We
I
don't
don't
know.
know what it is.
He's
We've
not
not been
vocal.
told.
It's
He's
not his
not
fault
vocal.
though.
He's not told us.
I don't
So
think
we can't even
it's not his
have the
fault.
conversation and say this player is good for the team, this player is not good for the team. There's no focus on, there's no effort.
Yeah.
And
You know
it could be
they basically sabotage the team, the football association. They it's not that he's not a vocal person. They're not going to give him the opportunity to be vocal. They don't want a vocal person.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's it.
That's why I say that you need the charisma of a bigger level coach that he may technically be very good. Ken Hoddle, I remember was a technically good coach, but he was a poor leader of men and he wasn't good at managing people. That was my criticism of him. I'm not saying that this guy was a poor leader of men. We just don't know. I don't believe that his ability, however great or small, was ever really allowed to be shown. I believe that he was just picked because he could be managed and he could be told
Yeah.
what to do and he probably surrendered 10% of his salary without any problem. He's just a lackey, a face lackey that's just there. And whether his ability is good or not, we're never going to know. He wasn't, I don't think, given a chance. Even if he was he the man for the job? Is Nigeria interested? I mean, this is the lowest level of coach I've ever seen Nigeria go for. We've never got a local Malian coach that's never played top level football. I've never heard. We've always gotten coaches from the top leagues, or you know, that have a good history. This is the first time I'm hearing of a coach that only played local African football, and you're trying to get to the World Cup, which means that even if we got there, clearly he has no international
I
football
think he
experience.
coached Mali. He coached
He
Mali.
would have,
I think he
yeah.
coached Mali for some years. He coached them in the Nations Cup to set quarterfinal. I don't know, something like that. I'll go do my research. All right, Kunle, but we have to go. So take us out with any last words for Nigeria.
Okay, so it's been an interesting and disappointing World Cup challenge for Nigeria. It looks like we are going to be back in Lagos watching all the other African teams who are serious compete at the best level. And from myself and Mustafa on Nigerian football, we bid you farewell. Adieu. Don't forget to see us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully, we'll get to 2030, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Also, Kunle, you know we have under 20 World Cup coming up this month.